And yes, it is true that the Holy Spirit can speak to us through dreams. Uh, the best advice out there comes actually directly from St. John of the Cross in his Ascent of Mount Carmel, where he makes it very clear. It's kind of funny, actually. He spends tons of time explaining all of these different types of supernatural phenomena that one can have. And he explains very, very clearly that all of these different phenomena that you could have really could be one of three things. It could be actually the devil impressing on our mind, in our dreams, in our sight, on our hearing, on our thoughts, whatever it is, something that is for his purposes, right? So for evil purposes, even if it seems good, he can still use what we think to be good things for evil. And I've actually, unfortunately, I've had a front row seat to that. A few people who thought that they had this special connection to God in some way, that, you know, they were speaking directly to him, and they absolutely went off the deep end because of essentially pride. The devil used that to draw them through pride into the depths of hell, and so that's not good. Don't be prideful. Then the second option is that it's from our own psyche, that, you know, somehow we were thinking about whatever, and then, you know, we start putting all the things together, or, you know, maybe it's even something natural where we just heard certain sounds, or, you know, whatever it may be. It could have been any of those things, and if that's the case, well, then it's really just kind of from ourselves, and it's not really worth paying much attention to it. And then the third option is if it could be from God. And he's funny. He says, and if it's from God, it's going to bear the fruit that God desires regardless. As long as we're doing all of the other things that we're supposed to be doing, then really whatever supernatural phenomenon happened, like, we just need to keep doing God's will, and it'll all work out perfectly fine, because God never, you know, doesn't have success in what he's doing. As long as we are open to God's will in general, you know, we don't need these supernatural phenomena to do his will. We can just try to do his will all the time, and it will be communicated to us through ordinary means. And that supernatural experience that we may have had will only strengthen us and fortify us to do his will that's being communicated through the ordinary means. And so he basically spends all of this time explaining all of these different things just to tell us, whenever you have a supernatural experience, or what perhaps might be a supernatural experience, the best thing to do is to ignore it. You finish the book and you think, seriously, John? Seriously? St. John, sorry. You just wrote all of this to tell me that? But that really is the best advice.